Live and unplanned as always. I don't know what I'm going to do.
All pretending it's Wednesday.
It's Tuesday today, though. It's Tuesday. We're a day early. See? Not only were we a day early, we're 30 seconds early. Wow. Really, really in advance. So what's everyone been up to? I see Carl's been perfecting his Emperor Palpatine impersonation.
There you go. Just wrapping my Christmas presents here.
Yeah, is that a new dressing gown?
Yeah.
You have 3, didn't you? Have 3 new dressing gowns. I say it's like he's the dressing gown king.
Yeah.
You got 2, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you get 2?
Sorry. What?
Wow.
I said, did you get 2 dressing gowns? I'm sure you showed us 2 dressing gowns.
Yeah, I got a gray one too.
Hi, Mark.
Next week.
Hi guys, happy New Year to you all.
Yeah, and to you.
Yeah, happy New Year.
Got
Day early
house
and
slippers.
next
Got all
30
these
seconds.
things. Got all these things to keep me warm in the cold here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Where's Bilius?
We're supposed to be getting some nice snow down in the south, aren't we?
Hi, Cap.
Yeah, you had any snow up your way, Darren?
No. Yes. So.
No, yes.
Well, no, oh yes.
Wow, it's that kind of snow, is it? Yeah. Does it identify as snow?
So the correct answer is yes. About 3 days ago, when I set off for Mum's house and left the area, and I got back today, and there is no snow anymore.
All right, so it's not settled then. It's not settled.
But there was flooding where my mum's sort of area is. We've had to go around to someone's house to try and bail her out.
Flooded or snowed on.
Yeah.
You know, snow in Essex, have you, Mark?
We had a little scatter, a bit similar to Darren. We had a scattering about 3 days ago, but it only lasted about half a day.
What's this? X marks the spot, is it? Is that what you're going with today?
I can't remember. I think it was it was my Xmas name.
Oh, that makes sense.
No, we just had a
Merry
couple of days ago, we had a
everyone.
really heavy frost that looked like snow, but that was as much as we got. But it's supposed to be coming down tonight, so I don't know whether it will or not.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, eh?
Oh, you're right down south, though, aren't you, Terry? You're right down in the sticks.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, usually we don't usually have snow here because we're protected about the hills that are around, so it protects us from it. Very, very soon. I mean, if we have it bad here, then it means the whole country's had it bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, Cap. They told us 7 inches of snow, but I'll tell you what, there is no goddamn way there was only 7 inches of snow out there. I got tubs out there that are filled up, and tubs don't fill up. The tubs.
Well, we all know you like to exaggerate your 7 inches.
I remember grade school. Then puberty hit.
Fair enough. Anyone got any new comics this week?
Yep, but I'm not going in to show them yet, unless nobody else is.
I've got some, not new comics, but I've got some trinkets to show you.
Trinkets?
Some interesting items.
Oh.
I'd already mentioned a couple of them in our Facebook sort of chatty chat, but this is the first time I've had a chance to show them. So this was, as you know, I've been processing the stuff for Splat Comics. I've been probably doing it for almost 2 months now. Some days are good days, some days are bad days. Overall, I'm behind schedule. I'm sure you can. That's no surprise to anyone.
No.
But so a few of these things I found as I've been going along. Now, this is an interesting one because obviously it's a Khazar. It's a sent copy. Here's what's interesting.
Is it a double cover? Oh.
The pages are more grey than yellow. This is one of the ones that's only slightly grey looking, but they are grey. You can't quite tell on that, but it's like a bluey grey. Now, I've got a couple downstairs that are more bluey. That was quite a good one to sort of see the difference.
And that's a pence copy, right?
This is a sent copy.
Is it a different paper quality or
That's
something?
like what? That's 1974 then, and 74, 75 before they went to
1976.
70. So they were at Cadence Industries by then.
So in fact, yeah, you can. That's more visible on that one, sort of towards the end of the book. Now, I've found about 3 comics like this in 1,500 comics. The auction lot from Litchfield.
Yeah. Go
And
to the indicia on the front page and see if they'd switched over to Cadence Industries yet.
A division of Cadence Industries. It does say that.
That's when they pulled their cheapy Charlton thing. That's what I was wondering about. If you got early off the press things, or when they did that cheapy they went back to shittier paper when they got bought out, and it didn't work, so they upgraded paper. So for a couple months, the paper quality was kind of borderline Charlton shitty.
Well, that could well be the answer we're looking for, because what I found is I found about 3 comics, and with the auction lot that I've got, it's like one of every issue consecutively. So
yeah,
what I'm finding is I just do a run, and then bang, there's a grey one, and it's the only one, and then the next one's back to normal.
When you were saying blue, I thought you meant like this deep of blue, where they were doing that.
Not quite that,
on the camera.
Yeah.
Not quite that deep blue.
It's probably easy to see if you hold it up alongside a different one. If you hold it up alongside a normal one, then we'll be able to see the difference in shade. But just holding it up like that, I couldn't really see anything different, to be honest.
Yeah, well, maybe
like the test print runs they do on paper even bluer than this.
Let me try and do that. But this is, of the 3 that I found, this was the least grey blue.
I just need to point out, though, the grey ones are obviously worth more. The grey ones were better quality, obviously, Darren. They probably demand a premium.
They don't say that, Gray, because he was going to send them to you. You buggered that up.
Yeah.
when you pull them, Darren, they'll fall in like a 3-month time span.
That's what I'm hoping. And so that I only pulled a DC one out. Is that one? Okay. So this is a good grade, though, this is a DC. If we hold them up side by side, it might just be visible.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
The DC one's brown and that one's blue.
It shouldn't affect the grade, though, should it? Because that was how the paper was. So it shouldn't have any effect on the grade.
DC, if you'll catch a stretch in the 60s where DC did that too on shittier paper. Every one of them was guilty, especially when they flipped ownerships. Like when Marvel went to Cadence or whatever, and when DC was like when DC got bought out by Paramount, they went on a cheap thing, and like in that was 77, 78, they did like a month of cheap shitty ones, and that didn't work. But in the late 60s, DC did it for several months too, and you'll see a difference in the paper quality or the bond.
One of the potential causes of that. So, like Kyle used to be a printer, I used to be a paper maker. And with that sort of quality of paper, the especially that low quality paper can be very discolored. You would add something called an optical brightening agent to the pulp. So, which makes it appear whiter. And that optical brightening agent quite often has a bluey color. So I just wonder if they were using a lower quality pulp and they were putting an optical brightening agent into it.
They were literally pinching pennies. And you can always track it to who buys them. When somebody buys them, they do that for a couple months. I just nicknamed it the Charlton the Charlton thing, because Charlton always just went with cheap shitty paper.
Well, with your paper knowledge, Mark, why aren't you with your paper knowledge, why aren't you pulping like comics and fixing holes in them and that? With your paper skills, what's it called?
Because it's too much skill is required. I used to make paper on great big machines about a quarter of a kilometre long, with a water and a wire and all sorts of stuff. Whereas, if you watch, what's his name, Jerry the Jitterbug, he's making all these potions and pulps and he's doing it all manually.
You should be able to do that, Mark.
I've tried to do it. It's really difficult.
Yeah.
So
I can do washing of comics. I can do pressing and cleaning. I can't do the what's it called? That
I can't remember. My brain's gone blank.
it.
I can't remember what it's called, that process now.
Yeah,
I watched his
yeah.
videos so many times, I can't remember now.
The lost paper, that's really difficult.
Yeah,
Like,
but I was really
weaving
hoping.
new paper in.
Yeah, so if you go, let's say you've got a comic where the bit where the staple is gone, Jerry the Jitterbug can reform the paper where it's gone. I can't remember what he calls it, and then basically any holes that were in the cover or the comic, he can replace them, and can put the staples back in, and the thing all holds together. It's remarkable. He does a fantastic job.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
how much does it
long
cost
old
per
process
paper?
though.
Oh, well, it takes him ages. I mean, he's the most skilled person I know at doing it. I don't know anybody else who can do it effectively.
But he does sort of one book. It takes 10 videos, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's a long process.
Well, and he's been doing it for years.
I think he's a lawyer. If he charged his lawyer fees per comic where he did this restoration, then
like the guys who write the main stories about the history of comics in Overstreet, they're all dentists.
So not worth doing on an Exterminator's #1.
No.
But I was really hoping you'd come up with one of those. Hey, Bill. I was really hoping you'd come up with one of them test print runs, because Mark will know just what I'm talking about. They used the shittiest bond paper to do test print runs.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
And if one got out and in the wild, I personally would want it, but that's just a lower grade paper, not a test run. Because test run books are out there, but they are extraordinarily rare, and they were illegal to have. But who gives a shit?
Yeah, I mean, the printer would just do them to set up his machine. Use whatever paper was lying around.
You'd never run real good paper until you got what you wanted color wise and stuff.
Why would you use the expensive stuff when you could use cheap stuff to get it sorted?
Yeah.
So what I'll attempt to do is as I go through, in fact, no, hold on a minute. I've already been through them all, so there are no more from Litchfield, but I am doing another collection that might have the odd one. There are 3 grey ones. I'll try and grab them all together so we can have a look once I've got them all together. And what will be interesting, hopefully, is maybe they'll be the same month of the same year. And so that's question #1. Are they the same month of the same year? Question #2 is, if I was to get like multiple copies of the same issue, is it grey in all of them? Or is it just grey in the odd one?
Tempest.
I'd assume it'd be the whole run, wouldn't it?
Logic would dictate it's the whole run, but I mean, somebody could have screwed it up. Like, and you get so many sheets in a thing, and you shoot it through, and then you grab one. Somebody could have grabbed an odd box, but that's slim to no chance of that happening.
When you're making paper, you're running a full reel. So if you've put some optical bleaching agent in, you may get a bit where it starts getting more dilute as the reel of paper has gone along, and so it could actually change during the course of the run.
Right, but at some point during printing 1 month's worth of Marvel comics, they would need to change the reel
of paper.
They may only have had 1 reel of blue-gray.
Yeah, that's what I said. That'd be somebody screw up. But
checks and they've gone, there's too much OBA in this. And then the next reel, they've got it right. So you may well find one copy is like that and then another copy isn't because.
But generally it's the mass production. I mean, they buy in such large quantity that unless a wrong one got stuck in there.
You've got to go out there and buy 10 more copies.
Cheap.
And compare them.
yeah. I shall do it immediately. Next comic, then. This one's one of our favorite topics.
And like I said, in the timeline, when you run into those, is usually it is when they change ownership.
So this one's a 5D variant.
It's a bloody weird story. That it makes no sense whatsoever. It's like
I didn't even know that existed.
That one.
What? You didn't know that existed?
There's 2 Jimmy Olsen.
That's a 5 pence, dude.
Yeah.
I did not think of 5 pence.
5
Jimmy
pence.
Olsen.
I thought you meant Don Rickles being in.
No.
Is that not a label on it? Is that actually printed on there, or is that a label?
No, that is from the printing press.
Yeah, it's like a UK price variant from DC.
Yeah.
First 5%.
Oh wait! I'm sitting here thinking of the 7.5 piece. Forget I said that. You showing a 5.
In that month, of that year, DC did 4 titles,
4 of them, yeah.
with 5p. I can't remember them. I'm
yeah,
sure
there's
together
4
we can.
there's 4 or 5 Ps. The main ones like Action
402.
Yeah.
Action 402 was it? It was Adventure 402, wasn't it? Action
or Adventure
401.
Yeah, an Adventure and an Action. But
And
the 7.5p, they only did the Flash one.
Yeah.
And they did that because it printed at a different time than the other one.
I think the reason they did that is because that was the year, that was 1971 when we went decimal.
Yeah.
So I think they sort of thought, well, you know, they got wound up with the hype. You know, UK's going decimal. Let's do a 5p price point. That's the new currency.
Well,
in the UK.
and here's
there
something
are
else
some
to
12
keep in
pence and
mind.
15 pence ones as well.
They came a lot later, didn't they?
No, a lot later, like 8 years later or something.
12 and 15 are regular. Let me
No,
clue you into
they're
a
not.
couple
No,
things.
it was 12 and 15. That was before they put the Canadian, the USA, and their price. Because when we were talking about it the other day for the 7.5s, I had a look, and I have got some. I've got some 12 pences and 15 pences.
Yeah, the 12 and 15 are fairly common. Let me clue you into a couple things here on how they did this. They do print runs, like when Action was weekly, they changed that up. But the way they did these print runs, and you'll notice when they stamp them too, like 4 books would be printed on the 7th, 4 books would be printed on the 14th, 4 books would be printed on the 21st. So the 5p ones were the only ones printed in that particular month when they tested that. The Flash that was a 7.5p was one of them odd week things, so they could do the test market run with that one. And then they just abandoned that as soon as it went out because it became so costly. Then they brought it back with 12p and 15p for a little bit. Whereas Marvel had a distribution deal, DC kind of would penny pinch and kind of half-ass through it, but Marvel did it in the late 50s. Saul Brodsky did this. I actually talked to Saul Brodsky about this. He's the one that did it for Marvel, him and John Veerport. And Saul Brodsky came up with the idea that if you when you set the typeset on those, because back then it was literally manually setting in the typeset, all you had to do was pop out the 12 cent and put in the 10p.
Yeah, they took the month out as well, though, didn't they?
And then they'd be the first ones off the press, you know, however many. Okay, there's 3,000 going over there. They'd set the machine, print 3,000 with this. It'd stop. They'd pull the typeface out. They'd put it back in. That's why the British ones were always first. And this was his idea back then, because they were doing test market ones even going back earlier than that, like especially Dell and stuff, where again, all you had to do is change one piece of typeset and it didn't change anything on it. You run the print, or you run the print run, then you'd switch it out. Marvel did it more because they had a better distribution deal. Marvel's Midwest distribution, they had a deal with Whitman where all their printing and all that was done through Whitman. They could do the bags, they could do the whole bit. Whereas DC didn't have that deal. They paid a deal with Whitman. Hey, we're going to send you this many comic books, put them in a bag and sell them that way. You know, so we'll cut you in on that.
Well, as you said,
Gray's gone to sleep.
Kyle, they changed.
Yes, Field. Where
When
are
they
you?
did the pricing for Marvel, they took the month off, didn't they? Because they got here 2 months late. So they took the month off. So they didn't.
Greyman loves this.
Yeah.
Greyman loves all this
Just
stuff.
looking at Cliff Richard shit.
In the late
Good
70s, and Marvel kept doing it. Marvel has 12, 15, and 20p comics, and then some odd numbers for larger books and stuff like that. But DC only did 12p and 15p before they switched over.
I think Gray's got a question for you, Carl.
No, I've got 2 questions for other people. First question, how was your birthday, Terry?
Same as any other day, to be perfectly honest. But I did have a little drop more wine than I normally had, to be perfectly. So that,
Cheers to Terry. Cheers to Terry.
Did you buy yourself any presents?
Cheers to Terry. Cheers to Terry.
I got 3 cards and a box of Toblerone. What they call them, nougat things. I don't know what the hell they are.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Fair enough.
All nuts in, but that's,
your teeth can manage them.
Yeah, well, I was eating on the left-hand side because I've got the dentist tomorrow, so I dread to think that was going to cost.
So I do want to say this. I've been dying to say this. I finally found out why it took almost a freaking month to get that last box from Darren. For some reason, that Joker wrote "Hail Al Qaeda" on the packaging.
What the shit now? Who? Which Joker? Me?
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's why it would take so long to go through customs. I'm sorry. It's a joke.
They wouldn't, if they put that on there, they wouldn't have got through customs. They'd have blown it up.
Like, what the hell?
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Right. So second question then. Second question. How's your sales going, Bill, on the auction sites you've been selling stuff through? The sales, have they sold your AF-15 yet?
Oh no, they have not. But a few things have already gone up a little bit. I think the Walt Kelly piece is I can't remember exactly. I want to say maybe 2,000, maybe not that much. But the ones that have already been, they were very good. We got a King's Ransom for the Peanuts piece. We got a nice amount for the Bill Everett piece. I was a little disappointed in how much the Frank Thorne Red Sonja brought in. I think it was 1,300, and the Doug Wildey piece that sold to a friend of mine who didn't even know it was mine, sold for 1,500, and that was one of the most beautiful pieces I've ever seen that he did. And I was disappointed, but yet I'm like, this is such a godsend, this whole collection I got, and you guys know it. And I mean, it's what allowed me to buy the stuff from Darren, and I'm
what will allow you to buy stuff from me, I hope. Two questions for you, Bill.
Yes.
One, who was Frank Thorne's model for that picture for the Red Sonja?
Oh well, it was actually two women. It was Wendy Penny. That's the one that everyone knows.
Yeah.
But it was also Trina Robbins. Was everybody's muse back then.
Well, Trina's especially a facial muse. Second question.
Yes.
Did you just matter-of-factly say you had a piece of original Walt Kelly art and you've let it go?
Yes.
Fuck, I want to throttle you right now.
Well, it's a pogo. It's a pogo piece. Well,
oh my God.
Yeah. And it's another one of those that he just sent a letter to Walt and asked him for a strip, and he sent it to him.
Oh, okay. It wasn't a printed piece. It was just an original doodle and stuff.
Oh, no. It was actually the bats in a strip in a pogo, 1956 pogo strip.
Did you keep one back?
I only had one. I
damn.
I kept the Jack Kent piece though.
How long did you own it? At least you can say you owned it. I'm insanely jealous
for 6 months.
Of that. And then I try and sell you my Selby Kelly piece, but it's just a signed lithograph, and that's pittance compared to owning an original Walt Kelly piece.
Well, and I kept the Jack Kent piece, Kingaroo. He was very much in the mold of, he was a cross between Walt Kelly and Wally Wood, kind of, and he drew strictly from San Antonio, and oh wow.
Right, let me just point this out for a second.
Okay.
Right, so this Wonder Woman comic, I read it the other day, an annual, and it actually has Trina Robbins in it. She's Wonder Woman meeting up with Trina Robbins to sort out a comic book. So that's Trina Robbins drawing herself, I think, in a Wonder Woman comic book. Just in case anyone was interested in that.
That's awesome. I knew Trina.
I have in my hand.
Go, Darren.
Something for Bill. For Bill,
yes,
is the next item. But in order for me to reveal it, you have to say the magic word, Bill.
Shazam!
That is the correct word. But have you seen Bohemian Rhapsody, where Freddie Mercury wants the drummer Roger Taylor to do higher? So you have to do it higher.
Shazam!
Yay!
Oh yes, put that in the bill pile. I want that. Oh, that's American? Wow. Wow, those are great. Bill pile, please.
And centers.
That's the number 2.
That's amazing.
Those are beautiful.
Number
That's
1.
number 1.
Oh
That's
my
gotta be-
God.
That's got to be worth a few bob, isn't it?
Those
Yeah.
3 are probably worth more than all your pile put together, Bill.
Yeah, probably. No,
Surprisingly,
sadly,
surprisingly not. That's
yeah,
what,
it
Darren,
is,
you
but
reckon that's about 12,
they're-
1500?
they're great. I want them.
This is in absolutely near mint condition, 9.6 or better.
Wow.
Jesus.
Now
If
I'm
that's
going to ask.
9.6 or better, that's because those are reprints.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
Oh, you just spoilt it.
God damn it.
I was going to ask Mark, since the other boys are not using their noodles, you have to use your noodle to explain what these actually are.
Right, those are, well, but Darren and I think these are one-off reprints done by Frank Dobson. We think he obviously had a printer, a local printer or something, and he was doing a sort of historical analysis. And we think he was doing some sort of project.
Yeah, the interior paper is a lot better and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they are complete. That's
I'm
interesting.
telling you, they're called reference books. They're photo reference and interior reference books.
Was there
And
some
people
yellow
were ready.
highlighter on that page you just showed?
Alan
No, I don't
Moore has
think
written
so.
about
I hope not.
going and seeing those, and I'm pretty sure that's the Dobson collection she's talking about. Those are photo reference and
Yeah, the original
Story reference.
Baron Martin one is a $45,000 comic in that grade.
Right, yeah. You might actually be onto something there. Look.
So was it highlighted? Is it highlighted something you might have been writing about, maybe, or
Yeah,
just
possibly.
a couple of words?
No,
I
that's
think
just
it's
a
stained.
spillover from the other page.
That's a
I just
stain.
read from the other page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy now. I just have to say I want to share some because I don't know if all of you saw everything I got from Darren.
but
I
Darren,
got these.
look up Alan Moore looking for photo reference or looking for story reference material.
Okay.
I read about him like researching stuff when he was writing
I've
1963
got an idea.
stuff.
I've got an idea, Bill, for all these funds you've been getting in. Buy yourself like a stand for your mobile phone, so it doesn't have to sit on the counter as we look up your nose every single week. You just have sort of stand so you can see like a straight level.
You know, I bought a new computer and I never used it for the show and I should. I'm super happy about this. Oh wow! I thought this was a Pence copy, but it's not. That's okay.
That's
Yeah.
issue 17, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the new
No,
costume.
that's it. Yeah, 17.
No, that's not the new costume. September
That is the new
69 is
costume.
the first appearance of the new costume.
Well, the first appearance of the new costume was at the end of the previous issue.
Yeah, the last page.
Yeah.
The last page is
September
16,
1969.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the last page.
My knowledge of September 1969 comics is pretty extensive.
Yes, you are the world expert on that particular month.
I think so. And who else changed their costume that month?
I don't know.
Green Arrow.
Oh, was that the same month?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And Vampirella was born.
Yep. So was first appearance also of Abel and Digger. So there's 3 horror hosts who came out the month I was born. Digger from Tower of Shadows.
Yeah, Digger. Nobody's heard of Digger.
No, if you read Tower of Shadows, you would have heard of
Yeah,
it.
you would, yeah.
There's a
This
little
went
bit
on
of money
Hitler,
in
this
that one still.
Pence copy.
He went on to join the Shrouds team.
Hey,
Night
so-
Watch
You told
or
me that, yeah.
Night Force or something they're called.
So what does 9D mean?
9D is
9
nine
pence.
old English pennies. There used to be 12 English pennies in an old English pound. In an old English shilling. There were 12 shillings in a pound, so there were 140
20 shillings in a pound.
Were there?
Yeah.
20 shillings, 144 pence.
Yes.
Is that right?
You're 144 pennies per
There's
pound.
240 pennies in a pound.
How much was your first pocket
okay.
money, Terry?
Yeah, and you can see that's what I was talking about with Veerpoorten and Brodsky when those are D's.
I was
and
just
things like that.
I was just about to ask you a question, which I had something in the back of my head from my school days. I thought I might know the answer. So I just Googled it and I did know it. Here's the question. Let's see if you guys know it, right? So in the olden days in the UK, in the days of pound, shilling and pence. So in the new days, we have P for pence, 10p, 10 pence. In the old days, it was 9D. Why was it D? What does that stand for? Dents?
Denari.
Really?
What is denari?
Latin.
Roman coinage.
That's it.
Dinero.
A denarius was a Roman coin, exactly.
LSD with a D was denari. What was the L and S, Terry?
Huh?
The old English currency was LSD, and D was denari. L was
Libra.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I can't think of that. So S. I mean, I always thought of S as shilling.
Libra was Latin for pound.
I thought it was like lyodicergic acid. I mean, that's what you're talking about.
Don't you remember? You remember Frankie Howard? He always talked about denari.
You say LSD to me, I'm going to talk Timothy Leary all day.
From the Carry On films when they was doing their
Williams.
Yeah, Kenneth Williams always talked about denari with his mate, didn't he?
I've got a feeling that Strix the Gaul used to mention a currency beginning with an S, like sinestri or something like that. Or
do you know what? It is. Even the shilling is from a Latin word, solidus.
That's it, solidus.
And pound, yes, indeed, was Libra, which is Latin word for pound.
Yeah, that's where you got LSD from. So that was the British currency was almost known as LSD.
Yeah, pound, shillings, and pence.
Yeah.
Oh, but if I ever knew that, if I ever heard that before, but I'm a bit younger.
Now, Kyle,
you were 3 when we were decimal.
That's Walt Kelly right there, isn't it?
Walt Kelly. In
Well,
fact,
me too.
If I'm not mistaken, this may be one of the very first appearances of Pogo before he got a strip.
Well, there you go. That's a hell of a book, but how the hell Walt Kelly isn't even bigger than what he is? Walt Kelly should have got
how many florins were there in a pound then?
Oh. Florin is 10p.
What issue number is that?
It must be 10. Must be 10, Terry.
So that's the second appearance of Fire Lord.
Florin was 2 shillings.
Yes.
Right.
What was a groat, Darren?
Oh, it was a very old Scottish coin, wasn't it? Or very, very tiny groat thing. I don't know how much it was, but
how many farthings were there?
I know 2000 AD cost
farthings 5p.
Farthing was a quarter of a pence.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for somebody to sing my name here. Who's going to sing my name?
When will florins not become not legal tender?
Bill, you going to sing the name I got on here?
On where?
Under me here.
When did florins become? When did they
I don't know what that is.
When did they cease
I don't get it either, Bill.
legal tender?
I'm going to say 69.
1959. Hey, you were born.
Bill, think of a flock of seagulls.
I ran so far away. We couldn't get away.
Boy, these comics are good.
I remember it well on the news.
You can't. The sad thing is, all those Charles Byron
don't use florins anymore.
You almost can't give those away unless they're super high grade. People just don't appreciate them for what they are.
That's September 69, isn't it?
Hi, Alex.
Yes.
Yeah. That's where he changed his costume at the end. Hey, Alex.
Well, fine, Alex. Don't say hi to me.
Say hi to me.
Yeah.
Well, he's got good taste.
I got all of those.
I love this.
Whoa.
Oh, Captain Scarlet.
But it's got everybody's favorite
Cliff Richard,
British Indian on the back.
He's not had a #1 hit for years now. What's up with him? Got lazy.
He's 85, dude. Cut the guy some slack. And
what? Christopher Lee was blinking recording heavy metal records when he was 90. Cliff Richard's just lazy. That's what it is.
Okay, yeah, or he has dementia.
Oh, Bill, you showed those Huckleberry Hound covers.
Yes.
I think I've got 2 of those.
Oh, please. I want them so much. I want that Space Ghost one. Where did you find that picture, Mark? I mean, Darren?
It was just a random one off the
Yeah,
list of others.
that's the one in the middle of the two I got from you.
Hey, Lead Paint. Happy New Year.
It took me ages to colour them in blue. I only had a blue crayon.
That's cool. It's interesting. It's
That's
obviously not
super
the art, the cover, is it?
Sorry.
That one there is the hardback annual to the Super DC comic, which had about 12 issues.
Yeah, I've got about 3 or 4 of those. They're quite rare.
This is the pink Doctor Who annual, very sought after.
No. That's in good condition.
Looks like he's
And I
trying
will
to
tell
pull
you,
Dracula back there on the back cover.
I would tell you that in a recent collection I bought, and I told you about it on the show, the guy who I bought there's some comics off said, I've got some Mad magazines and some various annuals. Shall I bring them for him? And he brought them down. And he said, give me £1 each and they're yours. So I said, okay.
Wow.
So I got that Doctor Who annual for £1. Sorry, Bill.
Yeah, how much did you charge Bill for it?
Sorry.
I'm sure you sold it to him for £2. Very reasonable.
Yeah,
£2.50. He's a very reasonable guy. Now this
do you remember this one?
This is one of the coolest things in the whole collection.
Is that the one with the remainder one with the guy who drew his own cover?
And so he draws his own, and I think this is amazing. I fucking love this.
I love that one as well.
Is that not a variant, like a very rare variant?
It is,
and I think you've got that one for free.
Does he have a name
One of a
on
kind
here?
variant.
It's the Johnny Temple Snoot variant. I'm making up a name. Sorry.
Yeah, it wouldn't be funny if you went on to be a major artist and you didn't.
Yeah,
right. Barry Windsor Smith.
That comic came from Mrs. McFarlane, Mr. and Mrs. McFarlane.
Oh.
So it could be an early Todd drawing.
Drawing. Number
These
one.
are the comics. These are the comics that annual relates to.
Number two.
DC, yeah.
Remember that.
Now I was shocked that this Marvel family, this is magazine size. This isn't comic size. This is huge.
That's correct. That is that's how they came. It's
absolutely huge. And
French copy, isn't it? It's a Leonard Miller reprint.
Yes. But it's fantastic. And then I have no idea. We took this out and looked at it. It didn't have one picture of Bruce Lee in it. Everybody else, it was all these wannabes. But it does have comics in it. So very poorly drawn, but comics nonetheless. Yeah. Then I got these.
No. I had all 93 of those.
Huh?
I had all 93 of those.
Oh my God! Don't tell me that, Terry.
I want that one so bad. That last one that showed the cover to X-Men 15 on it.
I guess.
Hey,
while Bill just showed us his Picos.
Bill, have you opened that Fantastic yet?
Yeah.
Stop showing your Picos, Wild Bill.
That has stuff like the first, like the issue before that has the first appearance of Hawkeye.
Issue 63 that they combined into Fantastic.
Sadly, Kyle, it's got.
Yeah. But look in the back because that might have the first appearance of Black Widow in it and stuff like that. It has crazy first appearances in the back of those Fantastics.
Yeah, first appearance of the Mandarin.
Terrific. Was it? I can't remember now when it finished. Was it issue 63 when it combined into Fantastic?
Yes, something like that. It's about Terrific was slightly longer running than
it combined into Fantastic because then Fantastic combined.
Fantastic.
The others, isn't it?
Longer running than Terrific.
Yeah. And Smash as well.
Always check the back of those issues though, because they had great first appearances.
Because the Terrific always looked like it was an inferior paper to the Fantastic.
Bill's a fantastic, but Mark's Terrific.
The poster on the back of this looks like it was done by some school kid.
Yeah.
Well, it was actually it was a 17-year-old.
At least the pinups on the back.
I love that.
That's Carl's favorite.
Yeah.
I'm getting moist.
The guy on 35, still 35 cents, Mark. he had a lot of those, but a lot of them are there. The covers.
Yeah,
removed.
I've got
Covers
that
were removed.
issue. Hey, Bill, that issue has the first appearance of Hawkeye in it.
Oh, great. Terrific.
Look at that. Look how beautiful that is.
To Kylie Minogue.
Yeah.
All that he knew was the hole in his shoe that was letting him water.
Oh, what is that?
That shot is them from the episode where they did University Challenge.
Yeah, Bambi.
Yeah, that was good.
Wasn't
Bambi.
that guy supposed to be a dick in real life?
One of the things
You
that
don't
absolutely
recognize
made me
the
die
young
was
ones,
that
Bill?
No, I do. But the guy who played the kind of straight-laced dude, or the guy that looked normal, wasn't he supposed to be a dick in real life?
Is what?
Isn't he supposed to be a dick in real life?
Oh, no. God, no.
Oh, he's a nice guy? Okay.
Christopher Ryan. No,
He's
none
the
of
oldest
them are
one, wasn't he?
dicks.
Does it say he was
These
born
are
in
gorgeous,
1950?
by
He's
the way.
oldest one.
Nigel Planer's not a people person. He has more of the artistic temperament, but
Oh, okay.
they're not
Well,
dicks. They're just not
He's a serious actor,
social
isn't he?
butterflies.
Nigel Planer, rather than a comedic actor. He did comedy back then, but he was more interested in serious acting, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the POW annual.
Yeah.
A hardback.
It's freaking gorgeous. It's a little slanted, but
Are there any
it's-
Marvel reprints in that?
oh
I mean,
yeah.
Hal did have one, didn't it?
No, Spider-Man and Nick Fury.
I think there were two Spidey strips and one Fury, I think, was the way.
Yeah.
Let me look. I have not opened this one yet.
Because they say
Oh,
when
don't open it. All the mice will fall out. The dropping.
they had Power, Smash and Wham, because I thought they only used to have just one of the Marvel stories in any of them. But they just changed back to Beano and Dandy type stuff anyway, didn't they?
Yeah.
Before they
Here's
were
an
cancelled.
easy question. What was Marvel called when this came out?
I don't know.
That came out in 1946, 1947. So were they called Atlas?
Before Atlas.
Before Atlas.
Holy moly.
They were called Timely.
Timely.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it.
First
Ollie, the
appearance
odd
of
job.
Shield,
Yeah.
Kyle.
Oh,
There you
Shield.
I'm guessing Nick Fury was popular
Printed
because
in
of James Bond.
Liverpool.
And
I wonder if that's the original colours. It looks very garish, garish, I should say.
it's I don't think it is, but oh my gosh.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Amazing
Wow.
Fantasy 15.
I didn't realize Spider-Man.
wait, no.
I didn't realize.
That's
I didn't
Spider-Man
realize
1.
it was in
That's
No,
not
Spider-Man 1,
AF-15.
sorry.
No, I know they used to just
Spider-Man
I
on
think
the
they
cover
used to
looks
put just
terrible.
one story in every now and again in Power, Smash and Wham. It was fantastic and terrific. That all had everything in there. But the rest of it was like a Beano or Dandy, wasn't it?
You got to
And I
admit, the
guess
old
they
British
split
comics
up-
had
I
the
guess they
best
split
names,
up the
didn't
first
they?
issue.
Mm.
Because
The old British comics had top names.
What did Phil down the shop think to these then, Bill?
Oh, he was elated. Yeah, I think he was a little disappointed they weren't his, but that's how he
Yeah,
is. But
that's
you know
life.
what? This is the one he got the biggest kick out of. Your comments, your comments and notes on this practically cover up the entire fucking issue.
I think it take you longer to read them notes than it would to read the comic.
Then it would to read the
That's
whole.
because
freaking
behind
comic.
there's a big cutout.
Hey.
I had to hide the cutout.
My copy of that I gave
How
away.
long do you process your comics, mate?
I had a copy
Alan
of that
doesn't like
and
to
I
leave
gave
anything
it
out.
away.
And what I do is I get the comic and then I stick a blank label on and I get a biro and I lean on the comic as hard as I possibly can while I write the note. So that even when the label's removed, you can still do a brass
Yeah, I
rubbing with the
noticed that in
cover.
all the adventure comics you sent me. Yeah.
I gave my
X-Men
Daredevil.
1.
I gave my
X-Men 1.
Daredevil 3 to a teenager.
Where's the great spinner gun? The
Oh,
free spinner
Bill,
gun. You do
Bill,
not get
show
it.
my little sticker on the bottom of the X-Men 1.
Oh,
This
Hi,
is
Christina.
it
my
says news agent Mark. No.
yeah. This is my pre-printed label for grading UK comics.
Ah. When you say newsagents, Mark, do you mean for delivery when they put their door number on it? Yeah. Mad.
1 and 6. Christ.
Number 4.
1 and
British
6.
UK version.
And
Yeah,
Like-
because number 4 of Mad
Was that
Magazine
10
is
Was
a
that
comic
priced
book.
1 and 6?
Yeah,
Yeah.
1 and 6. Yeah, 7.5
Seems
pence.
expensive.
There's more than one of each of those Doctor Who's in there, you know.
yeah. Oh yeah, there's like 10.
Did they actually reprint the original Mad? You know, from number 1 into the British one?
No,
No.
it didn't work like that.
No, they just reprinted the magazine size ones.
Yeah.
Well, but you have to remember they had British artists working on British humor stuff for Mad. So a lot of the interiors on the British Mads are totally only printed
They're not
in
totally
England.
different, Bill. They used probably about 70% of the US content.
Yeah.
About 70.
So,
Okay.
Bill, when did Mad go from a comic book to a magazine?
1954.
But what issue?
Issue 11.
23,
Right in the middle.
22.
This could be your
22.
head. It almost is for some of us.
Oh, I love that. Oh, those were the Vincent Price ones. Those were great.
Yeah.
Bill, have you got more to show from your box?
Yes.
Panic.
So Kyle, this is interesting. So they had a Panic magazine in England. They never had a Panic magazine. It was only a comic book in the US.
You want to bet?
Yeah.
How much you want to bet?
There were no Panic magazines in the US.
How much you want to bet?
Nothing.
You're going to make me go upstairs, Bill.
Okay, go.
Hey, I worked with them even before they were signed to a major label.
Creepy number
Who?
6.
All right. Bill's gonna get a shot down. Bill, do you know who put out Panic in the U.S. in the comic book?
Yeah, it was EC.
You know who put out Panic as a magazine in the U.S.?
No.
One of their spinoffs. It was still a Gaines thing. It wasn't technically an EC, but it was one of the Gaines things. You'll see here in a minute, because, well, I'd hate to do this to you.
Oh, Mark's going to go slavering now.
Oh, yeah. These are the ones I hadn't got enough money for.
It does make you wonder how they could make them for that amount of money, though, doesn't it? 60.
So,
It's a
Bill
fair few
said,
pages,
okay,
isn't it?
go. Here's
That's
the demo from OK Go before they were signed to Capitol Records when they tried to get me to work for
Bill,
them.
you've got a really
talking
unique
about?
collection there with those Australian Captain Marvels. I think
They're amazing.
yeah, those are the ones I regret letting go.
What was
He
that,
had them
Kyle?
in his hands.
What?
He had them in his hands.
I did have them in my
What,
hand.
Greg?
What was that you were just showing us? What was that connected? Was that connected to the comics you were just talking about?
No, he said, okay, go. And I was like, that's kind of funny. I used to work with that band before they got signed to a major label.
Oh, it was a band called OK Go. Okay.
Yeah.
But
They do the best videos
I
ever.
fucking hate Paul Cresswell, though. That motherfucker put his name on all of these, Mark.
Go back to Bill for a minute.
That
Oh,
is,
Pete
Fucking
Cresswell.
Paul Cresswell, I hate you.
I know. So what happened was I went round to Darren's house, as you know,
And wrote Paul Cresswell on all of them.
and when Darren wasn't looking, I got my biro out and wrote Paul Cresswell on all of them.
When I was buying the Action Comics from sort of like 59, 58 and 57, somebody had a collection on eBay of virtually every episode, every issue I wanted, but they were all been owned by somebody else, and that person had written their name on them. But they'd not only written them on the cover and the back cover, but had written his name on virtually every single page
Oh,
of
no.
every single comic. And this guy was trying to sell them for like top price. And it wasn't as if it was a
autographed
nice.
every damn
it wasn't as if
page.
it was a nice name either. I mean, it was a
Every
really, it was
page.
really
That
awful
was more now,
handwriting.
right?
If it'd been nice and neat, it might have been different, but no, it was a scrawl.
Oh, look out, Bill. Here comes Kyle with a lesson for you.
Hold on. Let me grab a beer. If I have to listen to Kyle's lesson, I need a beer.
I think we all do.
Yeah, we ain't got none though. That's the trouble.
Yeah.
More wine.
Well, while we're waiting for Bill to come back, I have a question to see if Kyle knows the answer to this one. Here comes a tough question, very tough question, Kyle. There's many things that are cool about this issue, so try to read my mind and see if you can figure out what I think the coolest thing is.
What issue number is that?
There's Electro's in
Omega
it?
number 3, and I'll give you the date, which might give you a clue. It is 1976. This one says July.
Oh, the bicentennial issue.
Yeah, 2000.
Well, I know what it is, Darren, but I know all about your dungeon with all the chains and manacles.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to give you some clues until you get it. First of all, it's got nothing to do with Omega the Unknown.
Bicentennial issue?
Electro, is that Electro?
Yeah,
It's got
that's
nothing
Electro.
to do with anything you can see on the cover.
Is it the first comic you ever bought?
The most relevant clue I've given so far is the date and month.
Okay.
It's not your birth. Not your birth month.
I'm going to give you another clue. This one doesn't have any cuttings out.
Well,
Marvel stamp.
Yeah, it's the very
Okay.
first Marvel stamp.
You're on the right trail, but there's something even more cool than being the first Marvel stamp.
The first Stan Lee
I thought that was the first. Was the first appearance of
The
Wolverine?
first Sea Monkeys advert.
Stan Lee Stoke box, yeah. The Stan Lee stamp.
Stan the Man Lee, Marvel stamp number 100.
Okay.
And it's just a corner of him. That's weird.
Bit of his hair.
It's just his hair.
Okay.
I was in love with this immediately when I saw that.
That's awesome.
To British Mad, before
I
we go on to
it's
Panic.
Marvel stamp number 1 with Spider-Man on it.
Issue 202,
Yeah, I got that.
February 79, 35p.
But that's the same.
Issue 203, December 78, 60 cents.
Oh, so you have both.
Same
Or
book.
is that just one?
It's the exact same book.
Yeah,
No, but-
released different
but
times in the
Do
UK.
you have 2 books in there?
It's the exact same book, page for page.
He's showing you
whole
the UK
deal.
one and the American one, back to back
okay.
in the same bag.
Because by the time,
The American one,
But the numbers
December
different. isn't it?
78. They were printing 3 months behind and
There's
one
only one
number
number
behind.
That doesn't make any
Wow.
sense.
Doesn't.
Only one number
And-
difference, but months difference.
There's April 79,
206.
60 cents. May
205.
79, 35p.
Wow.
Same book, but this is 205, 206. They skipped printing issue 1, but wonder what that is.
I don't know. It says Panic
I
on
don't
it.
know. Now, Panic didn't have an American magazine, mind you. This is Mad Magazine, same size for perspective. Panic Magazine. God damn, this smells good.
What's the price on it? 25 cents?
5 cents. Yeah.
Okay, I
What
did
year
not
is it?
know there was an American magazine version of Panic.
Volume 1,
Good
number
name.
2.
What
Published
year?
bi-monthly by Panic Publications, which was an EC offshoot.
What
This
year?
is a Gaines
stories were it?
publication,
What
but it
year?
was through Panic. And does it look familiar?
Yes.
That's Mad Stuff.
So it's a mad style magazine then.
Yeah.
September 1958.
Wow.
Volume 1,
I
number
did
2,
not know
Panic
that happened.
Publications.
Well, I'll probably get that from you then.
And look how beautiful that cover is. It looks all damaged. That's all
It's all
supposed to
meant to
look
be.
that way.
Wow.
It's got some wear and tear on it, but they burned away the stuff. And then while I got it out, let's see any fancy stuff.
It's a weird cover. What is it? Someone setting fire to something or trying to put out a fire?
They're trying.
giant woman's face behind
She's naked, so they're trying to cover it up
With a fire.
with a fire. But yeah, the cover itself not really damaged or anything.
So Kurtzman must be the main dude on that.
We
Editor.
got who's names? Well, they got fake names right there. Bob Powell.
Kurt Harveyman.
Oh. Okay, well, the front page ain't got nothing but fake names listed. I honestly don't think. Oh, there's a name. There's a familiar name.
Tusker.
George Tuska.
Tusker.
Hey, do you know why they had to stop showing Wicked at the theater here?
Why?
They got a bomb they got a bomb threat.
They got a bomb threat.
BAUM bomb
Yeah.
threat.
It works better when you read it. As in the person who wrote the book, I think.
Angelo Torres, a bomb threat.
Bomb threat.
An L. Frank bomb threat.
Bomb threat.
Let's see. So we got Tuska, we got Torres.
So are you guys looking forward to changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America?
Well, he the first thing he wanted the Gulf of Trumpkin instead of the Gulf of Tonkin. He wanted the Gulf of Trumpkin. I'm kidding.
Did you say that?
Was that a saving building the wall? Is it?
I don't put anything past him there. When he said that, I thought this is satire. Surely this is something off of blinking.
No,
like,
he's a dumbass. I'm sorry.
Wow, but he's abusing the privilege of being a dumbass now, isn't he? Changing. Oh,
yeah.
He's auditioning for Saturday Night Live. That's all it is.
They'll never have him back.
I love it. I think he's great. I think he's fantastic. Saying, going to the Canadians and saying, "Look, guys, you really want to be part of America? I'll reduce your taxes."
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
He wants.
I said all I need to say about it. I took a shit that was smarter and more worthy of the world.
He wants us to take over Greenland.
Yeah,
Okay,
like Greenland.
The
I'm amazed he knows where
1969,
it
how
is.
the world will look in 1969.
Yeah.
Flying car.
I'm sure I
UFO.
got some of that right. We still don't have
I
flying
must have missed
cars.
those.
The luxury limousines, spaceships.
It's all,
I was
it's
reading a
all lying down at
sci-fi
that
comic.
51 place you can't. That's what it is.
I was reading a sci-fi comic, and it was so futuristic. Everything was saved on a tiny little microfiche. It's like, wow, how futuristic is that? A little microfiche. Wow. No conception of like digital storage or anything.
No.
Crazy.
So here's the next weird item that I found while doing the processing.
It's actually a strange item.
It is strange, yeah.
Nice steak stamp on it.
It's got
You see the
a
stamp?
nice comic shop stamp on it.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at. That's actually what's the interesting bit.
What was
Is
the
it
stamp?
British? Is it a British stamp?
No,
No,
it's
it's American.
Terminus. Is that
Terminal.
It's Italian.
Italian? Yeah.
Oh, that's weirdo.
It says Inter D Press SN something L600, which is 600 lira, Termine Depressor, and it's dated April 1980, but this is a 1979 book.
There's an American copy, an Italian stamp in the UK.
Yeah, well, that's what's weird about it. So I'm wondering if, I don't know, which one did this one come from? I think this came from the Welsh policeman who had an accident while motorbiking around Europe. And I'm wondering if his dad, maybe he told me his dad might have been in the forces, and maybe the guy went to Italy and brought back an Italian one.
Maybe that stamp is that they're of the TMP stamp on ours.
Effectively, I think so.
Comics I bought in Spain when I was a kid. Stickers on them.
It's not Italian language. It's clearly British language with an Italian stamp of some kind. Now, initially, I thought import stamp, but with it being dated April 1980, but the comic's June 79, that's like nearly a year apart. So I'm not sure.
Oh, you know what the Italians
Well, we used to be 3 months behind.
Yeah, at least 12 months behind.
Yeah. Could be. Yeah, about 10 months or something like that, yeah. Next one's for Bill. The next weird thing's for Bill. Now, we saw this one as we were motoring through bound versions of Remainders and just sort of dumped this on the remainder pile. But I was looking this one up, and it does contain, remainder type innards.
Yeah.
But it's actually the number 2 of a set of 3 Variety Comics. And number 1 of Variety Comics was all original, but number 2 and number 3 were all kind of reprint stuff. Not reprint. Oh, no. Maybe I'm right in saying reprint stuff rather than remainder stuff. Because I think that these things on the cover do actually relate to what's inside.
Right.
Well, even the white stickers.
Even the white stickers, yeah. Well, that one I've noted on there what's in it. It's got a black tarantula, a blue beetle, Jungle Joe, and a My Story.
Ah. Blue Beetle's in there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's see that cover
again. The Beatles?
Let's see that cover again.
You must get through some white stickers, Darren.
Just take it out of the bag when you can.
Can you put that Variety Comics back up again?
Just bring it out of the bag so you can see it.
That's interesting.
Number 2.
Who's that by? Is it British?
That's number 2 of a 3-issue set of Variety Comics.
Not bad, is it? 132 pages for 25 cents.
Who published it? Do you know?
I don't off the top of my head. Let's have a look. Was it on the front?
Is it a UK priced one?
No,
it says Fox Comics, 25 cents.
Yeah, I'm just looking on Go Collect.
Is that Golden Age?
I've got 1950, roughly 1950.
It must be a reprint. The Variety Comics ran for 3 issues in the 1944 and 1945.
There's the Blue Beetle ones.
Publisher Croydon Publishing Company.
Okay.
This is so that I don't know.
So you reckon Fox reprinted it then?
Do you know what? I'm looking
at
it
yes, that's it. Yeah, Fox did do. Yes, that's it. I found it. It's 1949. I found it.
Looks nice though.
But
I think this is reprints rather than remainders.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, Fox. That's what they did. Fox picked up redundant stuff. My mate Alan has told me about this, and reprinted stuff without any rights to do so, on the basis that if the company had gone bust, nobody was going to sue them.
Yeah. Did you? Who else was on that one other than Blue Beetle?
Black Tarantula, Jungle Joe, and My Story.
Okay.
I think those are all. Kyle, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think those are all Charlton.
No.
What country is that from?
Blue Beetle wasn't.
What country
Blue Beetle wasn't originally Charlton, was it?
No, Blue Beetle was Charlton.
No, the Silver Age one, and there was some reprints, but I think it was originally Charlton.
Oh, that's like Avon or
LJ. I don't know about that.
Was it? I don't know. I'm sure I've seen early ones by other. I don't own any of them, so I don't know. But I thought they were someone else before. back in the 30s.
Okay, they were.
don't
Then
know.
they quickly, before the original run ended, they transferred to Charlton.
That's a very
Right.
interesting comic. That Variety Comics, I think, is a one-off. I think it was only one issue. I think it was Fox Publishing, as you said, who were renowned
Fox.
for knocking off other people's stuff. Variety Comics itself, as a title, only ran for 3 issues in 1945. So they've nicked the name of a company that no longer was running, and then they've nicked material from some other comics.
But I think issue 1 was a proper original comic. Years later, after issue 1 was published,
I don't think it's the same thing.
Issue 2 was, well, okay, so it may not be the same thing, Mark. It absolutely may not be the same thing. I'll tell you what my source is the British Comics Price Guide written by Duncan McAlpine.
Okay.
Where in the set called Variety Comics, he shows the front covers of issues 1, 2, and 3 and explains everything that I've just told you.
Okay.
Which is why I think it's not a sort of it may be a stolen thing, but because he's put it in the same, he would have more than likely got it right if it was a.
Yeah. It's not bad. I found him wrong on one thing.
Fox Hollyoak.
You were right, Gap. You say you were right, Greg.
Fox Hollyoak. That's who
Fox Hollyoak.
Yeah.
There's one here from 1939. So he goes back a long way. 1939, Blue Beetle.
Yeah. Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
Blow me up for a second, Greg.
Hey, mate, just Batman. Near enough.
Here's a Batman annual you don't see every day.
So we don't own it.
South African.
South African?
Batman. He's South African. Batman.
Spain.
No, Spain.
1967.
España.
Is it in Spanish?
I saw
Pepe Drill Man. Pepe Drill Hombre.
Guapo.
Pepe Drill Hombre.
Indicia.
Spiel? I don't remember.
Sindico del Terror.
Syndicate of Terror.
Sindicato.
Yeah. Nice fun. 1960, cashing in on the Batman craze in Spain. I gave Mark dibs on a lot of these old foreign ones, but at least I didn't have to dig for these. I want to dig out some old Yugoslavian comics where they didn't have to stick with they didn't worry about copyrights and stuff like that. And I've got like Batman's and Spider-Man books.
I hate that guy, Darren. I don't like him at all. It's my least favourite back cover.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. I think with our beers Bill back again, which I'm pleased about. Right, the next odd comic. Now then, I'm going to guess that only 3 people have a chance of guessing the question on this, and that's I think I'm sorry, Terry and Gray. I don't think you're going to get this one. I think Mark or Bill or Kyle might, but I'm going to ask so Kyle, I think you're the most likely person to know, and then I think possibly Bill. So Mark, the question to you first. Other guys, stay quiet because this is like a slim chance you might know. Mark, why am I saying that this is a cool comic? What's special about this comic?
What issue number is it?
Number 128.
128.
Let Mark have his go first.
I know.
I
know without a doubt.
You can't check and guess Darren's mind. It might be something really esoteric. That's because you know something about it.
This one is I know exactly what it is.
It's less obscure.
No, I don't know.
Okay, can I tell?
Bill?
Can I tell?
Well, no. I want to see if Kyle knows, Bill.
Bill,
if you definitely know.
It's not what I thought it was. I thought that was issue 120 anyway, so Bill's got me on that one.
Okay, come on in, Bill.
It's the only time that I know of.
Yeah, you could be on it with only time.
Okay, that there's a cover stock centerfold in that, and it has all the villains and superfluous characters, and it's gorgeous. Wow. And I don't know why they did it. They never gave a reason.
I've never seen that.
Yes.
Show
the first page. No, show
I
the
need
other.
to find
show
out
the
now if I've
first
got
page
that one or not.
of the
Yeah, I think
four
I've got that
pages.
somewhere.
Look at that.
Wow.
Is
I-
that
You
not?
know, I don't
cool?
have 128.
And that's not the only. That's the only issue they ever did it.
I've
Yeah,
never
but yeah,
seen this in any other
now-
one.
now
Other
they
than
did
later
it-
on when they did the adverts.
They may have done it in other comic that
Oh,
month, but
wow.
I'm not
I'm
sure.
fairly sure I've got that in a box. I didn't realise it had that in it.
Yeah, cover
Well,
stock. It's very strange.
No.
Yeah, I think either somebody screwed up or it was supposed to be like,
No, it's mentioned on the cover.
Yeah, it says
oh,
here. Look, just there.
4 big extra
Free
pages
bonus.
of full color pinup.
4 big extra pages of full color pinups.
yeah, but I mean, that should have been on just regular stock paper. I think somebody screwed up. I don't know.
No, no, this
No,
is
I don't think
beautiful.
so. I think that's why because they're pinups. They wanted them to be cover stock for
Well,
whatever
and
reason.
torn out and hung up. So yeah,
Yeah,
that-
yeah,
right.
exactly.
a
Yeah,
lot of those may not stick around.
that's the whole point, Kyle. Is that's why I was so amazed, because this is exactly the kind of thing that like would be common in UK comics, where they would do a centerfold for you to pin up or something.
Right, but not in America.
Yeah.
Isn't that
But,
great?
I mean,
I
I'm
freaking
so
love
chuffed with
that.
this.
I freaking love it.
Absolute beauty.
There you go. Hey, Bill, I got another one for you since it was right up here handy and Mark took a flyer on it. Did any of you guys ever collect Hero Clicks?
No.
No.
The little Hero
No.
Clicks
No.
characters? Well, you know, they came in individual boxes and stuff, right? With original
Right.
art on them.
Right.
Dave Dorman did a lot of the original art for that, the
Oh, I
Star
didn't know
Wars
that.
artist and things like that. There's the original box art from Dorman
Wow.
for Batman.
Is he dead now?
Dorman, no.
Oh, he's not.
And the original box art for Wonder Woman's mother, Hippolyta.
What'd you call my mother? Hippo.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
call my
heavier,
mother
more
a
like.
hippo, you son
So
of a-
these are the images on the Hero Click boxes, and these are the original pencil roughs from those.
Those are nice.
So, well, if you want them, you can buy them, because Mark got first dibs and didn't want them. So,
I don't blame them. They suck. No, I'm kidding.
yeah, there you go. Though I won't let you have my Dave Dorman piece
kidding,
that
I'm
he
kidding.
did.
I kid.
Right. Does anything look odd about that advert? It's very subtle.
No, I mean it was a
I
typical.
could see it clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit prizes for lots of cash. It costs you nothing. Win a
Wonderful.
wonder load of wonderful prizes.
Let's try see if you can see anything weird about the front cover.
That's
There's,
a
there's
6P.
something wrong with the printing. It's missing a colour.
Yeah.
It's horrendously
so-
missing. That blue is just so bad.
That guy
isn't
in the
it?
blue suit looks weird.
It's
Yeah, he's
Miracle
looking
Man.
at
Colour missing, like you say.
Miracle Man from issue 3.
What colour's missing now?
Well,
It's a
look at the guy in the green at the back.
The yellow. No,
Yeah.
not the yellow. Blue, pink.
Or black.
Right.
It could
What
be
number is
black.
it? Fantastic
Yeah,
Four
black.
what?
Black's
That's
there,
weird.
though.
What number is it, Darren?
That is number
139.
1
And
what,
this
sorry?
was Kyle. This was a
139.
pence
139.
one where they should have had loads of ink in.
Yeah.
Well, and again, that's probably one that snuck off the press before they corrected.
Yeah, it's a startup copy. Those are rare. You need to put a big price on that, Darren.
Yeah.
£8 million.
£8 million.
Yeah. I mean, that's considered a printing defect, but
That's only if you're
Like-
selling it to Bill. If you're selling it to me, £8.
yeah.
It's like this. It's
I
like
think
definition
the
missing
probably-
somehow,
that's
isn't there?
Probably
hilarious.
printed one's £8. It's actually caught the edge down there as well. Look, see where the red is? That's the same defect.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's a printing defect. Those can go for big money.
Do you reckon?
Sometimes, not all the time.
Not
but
always.
yeah.
Sometimes.
You got to get the right person. And it's the
Mark
right
will
kind of
talk
book.
Alan into
You gotta
paying
get
at
the
least
right
£100 for it.
Well,
You
one,
gotta find the right geek. You can find the
One
right
thing-
geek to be
I
willing to
found
pay
two
more for
things.
it.
I found two things in processing the Litchfield auction, which is
What are we looking at on Bill's screen?
Oh, that's his ceiling in the bathroom, probably.
Yes.
So in the Litchfield auction, which was
that's the mushroom growing on the roof of his bathroom.
That's right.
I found some things that I haven't I found quite a common thing, relatively speaking, versus all the other collections I've ever processed of a similar age. So one of the things I found is that a lot of his covers, I mean, we're only talking like, when I say a lot, maybe 2% of the covers don't have the glossy lacquer, the final layer.
Right.
And I don't particularly mark it down for it in terms of grade because it still looks great underneath, but it doesn't have that glossy layer. So that was more than usual. The next thing which I found, which was more than usual, I mean, probably in 1,500 books, probably as many as 50 books, which is a big number, has a no staple either there or there. Yeah, when I say no staple, it never hit the book. There are no holes.
Yeah, that's quite common.
That's quite a lot though.
Yeah, it's a bigger number than I'd normally expect. And I've
got a number of those. Yeah.
Later on, I came across, because it's all perfectly filed chronologically in sort of runs. But then I found a bunch that was not filed at all in runs. It was like random issues all over the place. And what I noticed is every single one of them had some kind of printing defect on the cover, like a misaligned color or a missing color or something. Well, probably about.
I have all my defects in the same box up there. So that's probably what he did.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I thought too. But I was just so and I wondered, because he had separated his defects, whether he had deliberately sought out comics without the lacquer and without the staple in the rest of his collection.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the only explanation I can think of.
You never know. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
No, but there are a lot of people that want. There are a lot of people that want defect issues. So, go figure.
I mean, you had somebody that was interested in the printing process, and it just becomes a side hobby, and then you're either OCD or autistic a little bit, and then you just want to put it in a certain area. That's why I can go up to my library and go, any of mine that had double covers, defects, things like that, they're going to be right here in this one spot.
Hey, Kyle, you're probably the only one who will get this joke. I'm hip with OCD. Yeah, you know me. I'm sorry.
I'm down with OCD.
I'm down with OCD.
I'm down with OCD. OPP. Yeah, I know me.
Oh my God, is this like First Base?
I'm down with OPP.
Yeah, you know me.
Other people's property.
Yeah.
It's a gangster rap song about strange.
About American humor, I'm guessing.
So anyway, those are the unusual items that I picked out so far. The only other box of unusual is one or two of the boxes that I decided to process happened to be the Dobson stuff. But I was only processing them to go Marvel in that box, DC in that one, Indie in that one, and odd ones in this one. So I managed to pluck out that many odd ones from Dobson, but there's quite a few there. So I'll hand over to whoever else has got stuff to show, and if you get bored, you can come back to the Dobson weird stuff.
Well, I'm all for that Dobson weird stuff.
Yeah, so am I.
How's some sad information for you, Darren. The guy you got that one defect collection off of is one less of us oddballs that like collecting shit like that. It's one less of us to go.
Totally.
It's a total niche market. I mean, I have error books up there, but unless it's a double cover, most people just shy away from them. They don't want them. They don't want miscut, misprints. And
I want double covers, but those are so hard to find.
And that same collection, the Litchfield, probably had about 10 to 15 jewelers. But then again, the police guy, Mark Jewelers inserts, and then the police guy who I bought his stuff off, he had a much smaller collection, probably only 500 Marvels, and he had about 10 jewelers. So I have got a nice pack of jewelers
from other people's collection.
You can almost tell by their proximity to a military base if they're going to have them.
Well,
just look up where
some people, and I was one of them, used to like jewelers anyway. When I used to collect, so that's years ago, and because jewelers give that extra little bit of stiffness, and so it keeps the spine that little bit extra more secure from damage.
Yeah.
Now,
Correct.
in a bagged and boarded comic like that, it's a bit more tough to tell what a jeweler is without opening the bag. But when it was only a bag or it was unbagged, if you went shopping, you could literally run your hand gently across the top of all the comics in the box and you could feel the jewelers there. So you would just pluck them out if you wanted them.
You
Which
make
I
that
did.
strangely sexual, Darren. Did you know that?
Yes. Ooh.
That's what happens when you only have hookers as girlfriends.
There's on the subject of Mark Jewelers, I keep forgetting to mention this too about those.
The hookers
And
come
why
over and they
there's
go,
so many
I
of them
love
still
the
out there."
Judas. I really love the Judas.
You know, everybody knows how they used to be able to return comics. Then they took it down to tear off the top half and whatever, and you can send that back for return. You'll never find one of those Mark Jewelers ones tore off because they bought the comics outright with the ad in them. Between the U.S. government and Mark Jewelers, they outright bought the comics. No chance of return. They were just thrown away if they weren't sold. They were
I've
just
never
thrown
heard
away.
that.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what would be cool is like just to call one of my fantasy things to do. I hope I'm not going to reveal too many of my secrets, but I would love to go to like Vietnam, in like Hanoi or wherever, and find a little dark, dingy alleyway where there's like a Vietnamese person selling comics that came from a Vietnamese base, like a US base
There's a
out
very
there.
specific,
Oh, every copy.
Mhm. There you go.
Right. So you want to see Dobson? Is that what you want to do?
Sure.
You never
why not?
don't want to see the Dobson collection.
We don't want to see Dobson because he's 6 feet under.
I'll raise him from the grave. So look, so
that day on the show when we accidentally conjured up the ghost of Dobson. What are you doing with my comics?
So there is a theme in these.
I think that's a really good idea. I think next week we should have a Ouija board.
They used to say Thompson 4 times before the mirror.
We're doing it.
I'm surprised that Darren
Since
didn't get
not
busy
enough
at
people are
Christmas by
watching-
the ghost of
Keep
Dobson
saying
Pass.
cuss words. I don't know what.
Since not enough people are watching to worry about it, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. Graham is really Cthulhu's human form.
So there is a theme of Dobson. What's the theme, guys? You know by now.
I'm not sure what you're
Indian
talking about.
ones?
Cowboy.
Oh, the Cowboys.
Oh, Western.
The Cowboys.
Oh, he was a cowboy
The
guy.
Western ones.
I want to be a cowboy. And you can be my
Oh, these
cowboy.
cowboy comics.
That's a
Hey,
cool
this is
rope one, I like that.
interesting, and I don't guess what's on the back of the bag, and I've never heard of this place. Does it exist still?
What is it?
I'll read it.
It's
Full
not
Valley
focusing.
Comics.
Valley Comics, is that?
Where?
Yeah, but
You
it's
can't see
in
it. You
UK.
can't read it.
I know. I'm trying to get it to focus the stupid camera. Hold on a minute.
Tilt it at an angle,
Oh, yeah.
an up-down angle. That should. It's not going
No,
to
I think it's
focus.
something. I think it's the lighting.
You're
lighting.
getting
Alright.
too much reflection. You're going to have to cover up
Valley
the
Comics.
reflective around it.
Valleycomics.co.uk. Mark, is that still existing?
I will tell you.
All one word.
in
Valley
Wales?
Comics.
Hey, I'm going to take a stab in the dark by
You'll
the.
get
Hey,
a cowboy
hey,
comic
it's-
in the valley.
Yes, it still exists. Or it
It's
went
the
out.
Lynch. It's the Lynch copy.
Well, this is an interesting one because it's a fatty. So
Yeah.
it's got a
That's
swear
what she
bar.
said.
I'm going to. Hey,
It's
let me
15
take a
cents. It's
guess here.
expensive, isn't it?
Let me take a guess here by
Yeah,
the Charlton
15
logo.
cents instead of 10, Terry.
Yeah,
That's
what I mean.
1957, right?
Yeah,
I don't
it
know.
is.
We'll have a look.
15
no,
cents.
it is.
Yeah.
I know it is.
But it's a thick one. Like you said, it's instead
Oh,
of
yeah,
10.
it's a thick one. Yeah, yeah.
1957.
It is volume 9, number 79, February 1958.
Oh,
I'm right. It's
Yep,
1957.
still
Jason
57.
again.
Still 57,
It's still
100%.
57. That means it was. That means it was printed and produced in
I'm glad you
December
didn't
of
say
57.
January 57, otherwise I would have to buy it.
Valley Comics are located in Findon Valley, West Sussex.
Oh.
And
They,
it's still going.
they only had that logo from like.
That is very interesting.
They only had that
I'm
logo
getting all
for
my
like a
comics from there
year
in future.
that way, and then it switched over.
Well, their website's still going.
I'm tired of waiting
No,
for
he
Splat
means
Comics to get online.
Charlton.
I'm buying from Valley Comics from now on.
Me
What's
too,
that?
Gray. I'm going to switch too.
What is the price in that
What
box?
is that price? Is that a price or a?
That's a Len Miller. That is a Len
Oh, okay.
Miller. I think this is a Len Miller price variant.
Yeah.
I
I'm
totally
still
agree with
looking
you,
for-
Mark.
I currently only have the September 1969 Billy the Kid comic cover list. If you can find the one with the cover on, I'll buy it off you.
Volume 1, number 1. November when?
No back cover.
November
Stop
86.
pulling that
63?
away. It's pulled
Is
away
that
now.
November 61 or 63?
Yeah. This
Well.
is typical Dobson condition. He's a Grey Man fan.
Or Grey Man's a fan. Or both.
Yeah.
He gives old comic books a good home. That's what he does.
I wouldn't even give that to Grey Man. I'm afraid that would probably go in my bin.
Gray would love this. He would go nuts for this.
Yeah, I'd have that. No worries. Zane Grey, Drift Fence.
That's a Dell 10 center.
Zane Grey, was he the writer or was he a cowboy?
Zane Grey, I think it was a writer.
Zane Grey was strictly a Western writer.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, he wrote the comics, didn't he?
No, he didn't write the comics. He wrote the novels that the comics came from.
Yeah. But they were using his characters, kind of thing.
So he liked his old Charltons.
Oh, nice old
Oh,
ghost.
I've got that comic.
Oh, I love that one.
Mine's
What
in
number
better
is that?
condition.
Yeah, that's got a staple
Oh,
thing.
wow.
Can you see it?
Yeah, mine's in better condition than that.
I need a number 5 really bad. I didn't get one in the collection, and I'm really looking for that one if you ever get one.
Graves. Dr. Graves.
Yeah. Huh?
Redmore Books.
Yes, Dr. Graves number 5 is what I'm looking for.
I probably got it. I bought a full set of Dr. Graves.
Did you really? Oh my God!
Yeah,
So
got it
got
in auction for virtually nothing.
Really? Wow, nice.
That's amazing because they're actually going way up these days.
Yeah, I know they are. I got
70s, 5p.
I think I got a virtually full set of Dr. Graves. There's quite a lot of them.
Wow.
For about 40 quid.
Wow.
60,
Nice.
5 or 6.
Supposedly
so
DC got him. Got
Is
him
my
when
audio
they bought
back
all the
on?
characters for
Yes,
$50,000.
Okay.
Your audio is fine. Just that everyone
did-
tries to talk at the same time. It's confusing.
Baron Werewolf?
Baron Werewolf's Haunted Library. Yeah, I've got that.
Yeah.
It's a
I think I've
second
got that
cover,
one as
I
well.
bet.
Is
I've
it
been-
werewolf or werewolf?
Werewolf.
Werewolf.
Best of the
Werewolf.
West.
Werewolf.
This is old.
With
Yeah.
reprints in it.
I think that's original.
saying the
based
best
on
of
the
the West.
design.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that's reprints
No.
at all.
Look at
What
the
if it's best
staple.
of the
That's
West and
got
there's
the
already
name.
different covers on the front? I'd assume that it was reprinting the covers that were on the front, I would have thought.
Yeah.
It's
This
the
is
seventh
Irish
issue
original.
of Best
I
of
don't
the
think those are
West.
covers. I think those are panels out of the individual stories.
Oh, there were 2 in here.
Ah.
Oh, it's Action Comics number 1.
Is it buy one, get one free?
It is today.
Yeah, and I figured
Yeah.
that one in his right hand, they just take panels out of the interior and slap them on there so they don't have
Yeah.
to back cover.
That is 1953, that one. With the Ghost Rider.
Rider.
Oh,
I
oh,
want that.
Oh.
I want that.
oh,
Is that not
oh,
Marvel?
hold
Bill
on, hold
Pyle,
on.
Bill
Time out,
Pyle,
everybody.
Bill Pyle,
The original
Bill
Ghost
Pyle.
Rider.
Time out. I want Darren to hear this.
Bill Pyle.
Hold on. That's Ghost Rider. That's 1953. There's more than a good chance that's Frank Frazetta.
Is that not?
No, well, it's
Marvel,
either Frazetta or
There's
Ayers.
a little thing there that says Ayers. Ayers.
Okay,
It's there.
just
That's
keep an
Geeky.
eye on those
wait,
because
wait,
in that
who-
time frame is when Frazetta did those.
who said Ayers before anyone?
I get that, Bill,
it was
but the
me.
Ayers books are only worth so much. I'm telling Darren,
Is that,
Keep
is
an eye,
that
'cause-
Ghost Rider not a Marvel comic?
the Ghost Rider.
No, Ghost Rider. They bought Modern Enterprises characters because
Right.
Ayers worked for them then, and Ayers was doing.
And They called him Knight Rider when they brought him over to Marvel. They called him Knight Rider.
So
No, they did
you
not.
don't think this is a collection of all their cowboy
incorrect.
characters put into
Incorrect.
one
This
book?
comic series Knight Rider. Look it up. 1 through 4. There's a
No,
comic series.
no.
Knight Rider.
There is a Knight Rider series, but Marvel did before the Ghost Rider, motorcycle Ghost Rider. There was a print run of Ghost Rider Marvel with the Western character. They were all reprints.
Yeah.
In the late 60s.
Yeah.
But yeah, Darren, check every one of those because if you come across the Frazetta one, they're worth 10 times more than the other ones.
Not necessarily.
But
Not
when you
necessarily.
say, would he only have drawn the Knight Rider, the Ghost Rider?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
got another Ayers one here.
He did some Straight Arrow issues. He did some always check your Straight Arrows, always check your Ghost Riders. And I'm trying to remember the other one.
Say it is, Darren?
Say again, Gray.
What company is that?
Modern Enterprises.
ME Enterprises.
ME, yeah.
ME Modern Enterprises.
Okay.
Magazine Enterprises.
Magazine Enterprises.
Yeah.
Called Best of the West, is it?
Wait, if that's
Best of the West,
Magazine
yeah.
Enterprise, if that's Magazine Enterprises, then that's a Marvel offshoot. Marvel didn't have to buy it; they owned it.
No. They bought out Magazine Enterprises. They didn't own it.
I mean,
that wasn't a Marvel.
That's a Goodman
Marvel
publication, though.
No. Magazine Enterprises is what they bought out, and then they used that as a name.
What?
But it was a separate company first. It was not a Timely affiliate at first.
No, I thought that's how he started, was with ME.
I don't.
That's how Goodman started, was ME.
No, Goodman started with Timely Atlas.
They
came way
I
before.
don't mean in the comic book world. I mean in the printing world. In the magazine.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
That's a price guide.
So this is from 53, that comic then, isn't it? 1953.
Why is there a kangaroo version of the Phantom on the back? Oh, because it's Australian. Of course.
A Phantom. I mean, that's really niche. A Phantom price guide. That's pretty thick.
But look at the back cover. That's the best part. The Phantaroo. I want put that on the bill pile, please.
Oh my God! Oh shit! We can start a new pile because it's successful now.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Shit! I'll put it up here. Let's see. Let's just make sure there's nothing on the shelf.
And it cost me a paltry $4,000.
So it begins. So it begins again. The saga of Darren's piles.
Start sorting the piles tomorrow. It won't take you 6 months because there's only one.
And I found Terry's Batman.
That's the funniest thing you ever said, Mark.
Oh, that's number 2 in the pile. That's 2 now. You've got to sort.
Yeah, I'll take that too.
That'll probably take you about 4 months, Terry.
It's already getting too much for me to cope.
But it's took him 4 months to find it.
I want that one. I'll take that too.
Oh no, that's 3 comics in the pile.
3 in the bill pile.
Having the 251, that's mine. Leave it alone.
It's all downhill from here.
9 denarii.
9 denarii.
You had the other 251 though, didn't you?
When the moon hits your eye like a
there's
big
another
pizza pie,
251
that's
over there.
denarii. I'm sorry.
Right, what's
You can
next?
have the lighter one, Bill. 251.
Classic cover. That is not a reprint.
No, they actually printed really good comics back then. That company. Is that quality? That's not quality, is it?
I'm over the moon to have that because I recognize that cover really well.
Yeah, it's a great cover.
What number is it?
It's number.
Number on it, huh?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to open it. I don't think there's a number on the cover. I hate these bloody Mylite things because this is like squeezed in so tight.
They drag,
Yeah,
they drag
It does
Even
damage.
if you get them out,
I
it's
know.
hard
I've
to get
done
them
that.
in.
I've pulled apart some ECs that way, and it breaks my heart.
I hate the bloody things.
It's
No,
like
it's
I've heard that
coming
complaint
out.
from other people. They shred your
Um,
comic and you put it in, and it catches a little bit of paper.
yeah.
They're like blinking razor wire.
We have a solution.
We can rearrange it
Oops.
in two pieces.
Low grade. Very low grade now.
Oh, speaking of the $6 million
My pile,
man.
then.
Speaking of the $6 million man, I got that magazine from Darren that you pull it apart or you open it all up, and it's a full breakaway picture of the $6 million man. It's gorgeous.
Right, this is Volume 8, Number 2, March 1951.
Wow.
That's great.
I found
Free
it.
code.
It's volume 8, number 2, 1951.
Yes. How did you know?
I'll take that motherfucker. I love all the boy comics I got.
There are only 4 on the CGC census.
What?
The highest graded is a 7.0, and it last sold for $200 in 2020.
And there are
Wow,
only
that's
4 on the
amazing.
census. That's extremely cheap.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like an awful.
I think this one would do well if it made very good.
Yeah,
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it, please. Number 5 for the bill pile.
I love that one.
With Goodman, it was mutual. It was
God damn it.
mutual.
It was mutual. Okay.
Yeah, I
What
looked
was
that up.
Mutual?
I knew it sounded familiar, but I mean, he had like 9 different companies
Why is
before he
that-
even
why
started
is
Timely.
the KFC person wearing a cowboy hat?
Now, these days, if you called someone the Queen of the West, you would expect that they were born a man at birth. But
Well,
It'll be called a won't cover now, isn't it?
You're making assumptions. How do you know she wasn't?
Well, not according to Roy
I
Rogers.
felt her up, and I felt the sausage. I'm kidding. Sorry,
That's
folks.
Her
DC.
name was Dale.
Oh, I'll take that.
That's 1950s DC, isn't it?
I'll take that.
Yes.
That's great. Yeah. I love those Kirby ambush covers. Those are so great.
What a cracker.
That's a Kirby cover.
And that's like 1955,
Bill Pile,
56.
Wow.
Bill Pile. Zane Gray's hideout.
Darren, can I ask you a question? Does the Weekly Geekly channel get a commission of your sales to Bill?
Don't give Gray ideas.
That's a good idea. Yeah, it's a good point. Well, forget the last
Yeah,
payment of
and
the bat I owe you, mate. You can just post
Zane
it.
Grey was, those are like Dell 4 colors, these Zane Greys.
All right, no, well, there was a Zane Grey title though that was numbered by itself. But yeah, there were quite a few that were 4 colors. You are correct there, sir.
You see why that girl was holding her ear? She'll either be deaf when firing past it.
Wildfire.
I got something neat upstairs. That most people find
Show that
stupid.
again. Show that one
but
again.
I have a 19.
Kyle.
Yeah,
You ain't calling wild.
there you go. I've got a 1913 first to print Zane Grey young adult novel upstairs.
Michael Murphy.
Wanted.
That's gangster more than cowboy.
That's so weird.
Yeah, he's not 100% cowboy.
Well,
That's-
he followed the trends. Cowboys were trend, and
That's
gangsters were
1951 as well.
That's nice.
He just, you never knew what he
Those
was
are the
going
comics
to
you
do.
liked. Is that September?
That's an early issue.
That's
No,
June, I
so
think
good.
it says on the cover.
Oh, no worries.
What issue number is that?
I don't know, because with charting, you've got to open it.
No, it says typically it's very hidden, but it's in the corner.
No, that's so early. I don't think it's in there. I think that might be.
And this is one of the first ones. Yeah, Mark. Very interesting. In a minute when I get it out of the bag.
Is it Len Miller?
It's
Right. This is number 40 from June 1963.
Mm-hmm.
Just to illustrate, there's one in the box here. Look, and this is the typical LM price bubble box, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
But this one, I've not seen that, I don't think, before.
Was
Where's-
that
What am I looking at?
Look in the red
red
corner box.
Yes,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
Mostly in the box.
Well, it just depends how they wanted to print them, wasn't it? I mean, my guess is he did some sort of deal and said, "Look, I'll take 200 or 300. All you have to do is put LM9D somewhere on it."
Is it?
No, I don't
Did
think.
you not just
the
get a
print
book? Did you not just
And
get
I
an
thought
L
that
Miller
was
book?
a much earlier issue.
Sorry,
Was it L Miller book you got recently?
no, it's an Alan Class book.
Alan Class,
Alan
yeah. that
Class.
was it.
Yeah, I knew it was one of the British guy. I would say, but it might have
I
said
mean,
in there maybe.
It would be interesting to do a book about Len Miller. Nobody's done a book about Len Miller yet.
Yeah,
I've got some ammunition. You can take some photos of these.
get the
Yeah.
Kickstarter sorted then.
Another
I mean,
fat
Len
Falcon.
Miller was really interested for a whole period of time. He actually had his comics printed in France.
Okay.
What about this one, Kyle?
My Little Margie.
100 pages.
Hmm.
Oh, and look on the back cover. Valley
Looks like little
Comics.
Margie.
Alan Comics.
Now, is that an L. Miller
Must
or
be in
is
his
that a
local comic
regular
store.
one?
This is a regular Charlton.
Yeah, that was a TV show over here. That was an early
20.
TV show. That's an
Yeah.
early TV comic
Featuring,
right there. That's
featuring a 40-year-old Gail Storm playing a high school student.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
that is a rather expensive comic book.
No,
Put
we
that
had
in the
a
bill
brace for
pile,
Saturday
please.
Night Fever.
Is G.I. Joe? Is that Marvel? What the hell is that?
No, it's
That's the original series.
G.I.
yeah.
Joe.
Put that on the bill pile, please. I
That
want
that predates the action figures and all that. That's actually where
10
the
years.
name came from.
bill pile.
No, don't give it to Bill yet. I want to check it up.
Nope, sorry.
Oh, it's amazing.
I'm kidding,
It's
Mark.
amazing. This is just beautiful. Are you ready to see the beauty?
It's torn up. Oh no, it
A
is beautiful.
wraparound.
Wrap around.
Pack regiments in Korea.
Yeah, those are not cheap. Those are not cheap. I'm curious if that My Little
This is
Margie is
A
pre
Ziff Davis comic.
Yeah, Ziff Davis.
Ziff Davis, yeah, that's the publisher of that G.I. Joe 7.
1951, number
Yeah.
7.
Let Mark look at it first, and then put it in the
Looks
bill
like
pile.
he's been in the war.
I can't, Mark. I
Oh,
can't.
that just
Oh,
took
no.
Mark out.
Yeah, somebody was,
The flamethrower.
somebody was
Okay,
smoking
I'm
cigarettes.
confused. Oh, it is on the cover. Okay, I couldn't see
Oh.
that on the cover.
What an absolute beauty.
It is gorgeous. I will say.
Okay, what
Buddy.
happened? Did somebody draw over that?
Oh wait. What's the front? Show me the front.
Somebody did the draw over it.
Show me the front cover.
That was meant to be Sergeant Rock, is it?
No,
No, that's printed.
that's an ACG. But open it up again. Yeah, that.
That predates Sergeant Rock by like 8 years.
No, not by that much.
I thought Sergeant Rock was 59,
No, 57.
I
57.
told you to put that in a fire.
Yeah,
It looks in a but
I've
very
got a
ropey.
Margie as well, Darren.
Oh, cool, yeah. Wow, great. You've got all sorts of stuff squirreled away.
If I had to make an educated guess on that, that looks like they put that above a fireplace at some point.
Yeah, no, you can give it to Bill. I've just checked the price on it.
Is it
How much is it?
Really?
Sell
Are
it to
they-
Bill. Sell it to
I
Bill.
mean, it is in rough shape, but
Mark?
yeah, those are not easy gets, though.
Heroic.
There's another one. You got to check the numbers, check
Yes.
the guide
You
thing.
were right, Carl. Sergeant Rock, 59.
Yeah,
No,
there's
but that's not true though. That's not true. He had a prototype issue in 57 and he was just called The Rock. And I
but that
saw
was
that.
one
93.
issue beforehand. It was still 1959.
No, it was not. It was way
Just look.
before.
Oh,
Look,
okay.
just look it up.
Yeah.
But check all the. without researching
nice.
it, just look for Frank Frazetta issues of Heroic Comics.
Did you know
there's
that
like
Sergeant
6
Rock
or
had a
7
brother?
Frazetta issues.
January 1954, this one.
Yeah, they're like between issue 60 and 90. There's like a dozen Frank
A
Frazetta ad
smattering
issues.
of Frazetta.
What
Yeah,
number is
he's
Sergeant
right.
Rock's got a brother who's got a bit of shrapnel in his head, and he's like in danger of dying at any minute, but he still fights.
Ah,
I can't
This is
remember what
a
comic he was in now.
There you go.
type advert by a company called Harem Co.
Harem?
Well, yeah.
They
What
say
those-
April 59. They're saying.
Yeah, and of the Rock comic,
Yeah.
the prototype. Okay, I'm looking. I hope you can still hear me.
And yeah, we can hear you, Bill.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
cool as well because
We're
look,
just
there's
ignoring you.
a text story in there
You
too.
sons of bitches.
Well, yeah. In a good chunk of those, a lot of those are like $20 comics, and
That's
the ones
nice.
with the Frazetta ads and one pagers and stuff like that,
Is Tempest still with us?
it jumps up a lot.
Is Tempest here?
Last
He's in
thing you
the
said was
chat. He was in the
Tempest.
chat anyway.
Oh, hey Tempest.
If that wasn't in absolutely awful condition, I'd ask Rick to go on and pile for me. But
And that's that's the British version.
Yeah.
That's by a company
Simon and
called
Kirby.
Strato Reprint.
yeah, they're part of
Simon
the
and Kirby. I don't know why I
That is-
sang that. But,
Look at that, Simon and Kirby.
yep.
That's another Black Magic.
That's the same one.
Oh, right. Okay.
That old black magic makes me feel so
But
good.
here's another one.
Oh, right. You put that on my pile, please, before Bill.
No, put it on mine. No, now put it on Mark's. I don't want to. I don't want to be a.
I collect those.
I don't want to be a
Really?
slut. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Give it to Mark.
Yeah, I've got about. It's just about okay.
Give it to Bill. Give it to
I'm
Bill.
almost grey, surely.
Totally change your
I would be
tune.
amazed if this is
Put
good
it
enough
up to
for
the
you,
pile.
Mark.
Mark.
That also at the bottom, look, Simon and Kirby.
Yeah. No, it was an original Golden Age It was a Golden Age horror comic called Black Magic. It was less gory than a lot of the Golden
Well,
Age.
it was a prize comic, and they prized themselves, no pun intended, on having more kid-friendly content. So yeah, you're absolutely right.
Anyway, Darren, I want to come up and see you.
Come on, see me, baby.
Because I want to go to that fish and chip shop.
Oh, you don't. It's gone downhill. Well,
You
to
still
be
wanna
honest,
do
it
the
hasn't gone that
challenge, though?
downhill, but I go there fairly regular, and I've noticed just a tiny bit of drop off.
He just put out a video today
Still
where he was
good.
in Las Vegas in November.
So do they still really wrap fish and chips in real newspaper, or is it that fake stuff that looks like newspaper?
I haven't done real newspapers for decades.
Nowadays, most of the time they put them in cardboard boxes.
Ah, and
Full
let
of
the
styrene.
grease, let the cardboard suck up the grease, eh?
Yeah, I think they put a bit of greaseproof paper inside as well.
What?
But,
Are you looking at the months on these, Darren?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're
Come
getting
on.
close. You're in the 68,
I'll have nothing in my
69
pile
range.
if you don't find me one.
that
Look,
looks
look
nice.
at the date. Look at
That's
the
a
date on
Kirby
that
cover.
last Billy the Kid, because you're in the 1968.
That's a
69
Kirby
range.
cover right there. That's 50s.
Grady, you know what the cover looks like on the one you're looking for?
No, because I've only got a coverless copy of it.
Yeah, look at those look at those
can look
last
it up
Billy the
now.
Kids and check the date on them. 'Cause
What are you looking for, Gray? November what year?
September of
September
69.
Well, that one's not.
Uh,
That's October 64.
A long way off.
ages
A
old.
six- 64?
Western comic.
Well,
Must
69
try harder.
would be a 12 cent anyway, wasn't it?
69. It's
12
12
cents or
cent
15
till
cents,
like the end of 69, beginning of 70, or 70 into 71. It went 15.
He's on the back of a horse. And he's shooting some guy's gun out of his hand. That's what we're looking out for.
January.
15 cents.
Now, there's that many Billy the Kids in this box. I've got a feeling that there's going to be almost a full set of Billy the Kid once I've got through all of
I
Dobson.
think you need to sort them. I think you've got a full set. You need to sell them as a set.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
100 of them though, in there.
like it's just like jumbled up. We've done this so many times, like we've seen just jumbled. But this lot came out of one long box. So everything I'm showing here came out of one Dobson long box.
So
Jesus,
it's a
over
Splat
150
jumble
Billy the
sale.
Kids.
It's
So-
Billy the Kids, they're all over the place. But like you get like 10 DC, a Miller, an Allen Class, a Strato, and then a Billy the Kid, and then
And a
then
partridge in a
repeat.
pear tree. Wait, what? Sorry.
Exactly.
So-
Yeah, but you're right, Bill. You're right.
Hey, so when you come to stopping point or breaking point, I want to show something just for Tempest.
Well, I've got like 15 to go, but go now, Bill. Go
Okay,
now.
it's
Bill.
just 6 items. So
Hey, Powwow
Tempest-
Smith. He wants to know if you got any Powwow Smith. Oh, wrong one. Sorry.
I have no idea about Powwow.
I
I've
think
got.
we've seen
Honestly, I
him.
don't
I
even
think
know
you've
what
shown
the
Powwow
character looks
Smith.
like.
Tempest, look what I got. I got real Micronauts, or the Microman, the Japanese versions. That's 1. That's 2.
Jesus, still in the box. What are these?
Yeah.
19
Oh, yeah. And they're from 1999. These are later.
Oh,
ones, but-
99?
Yeah, because they still make them in Japan.
No, I was gonna say, are those from like 78 or whatever when they?
No, they
originally-
started. Micromen started in Japan. Then Mego licensed them as Micronauts in the U.S.
So what's going on here? You get an action figure and a butt plug in the same pack.
And the holder.
Plug.
Yeah. It's,
Why?
it's
Why
like-
wouldn't you need a butt plug when you have them?
It's not a butt plug, as far as I know.
You can wrap the
It's some kind
characters
of
around
totem
your
effigy.
wanker.
What's that all about?
Kyle,
Well, they
Kyle,
hide inside them, was that?
Yeah,
I do not want to imagine
yeah, it's their
Micronaut.
time traveling vehicles. They're cool though. I mean, I think they're great.
Hey,
I mean,
Bill.
I realize they're kind of wacky, but one set they're all from the Easter Islands, and the other set they're all from Egypt. So
Hey, Bill.
I thought it was cool. Yeah.
Do Micronauts have micro penises?
Yes, they do.
Mm.
They do. Because
They're
anything
micro
else
all
would
over,
be
mate.
would
I
be
think-
inappropriate.
I think if a Micronaut had a bloody
I
porn
hope
star
Tempest,
wang,
did
it
you
would look
see
very
that? Let me
weird.
know if you saw
He'd be
those.
dragging it along the floor behind him for about.
You say
That's
they're
right.
awesome.
That's right. You like those? Those are great, right?
They are great. They are great.
Yeah. I'm
I
glad.
bet Tempest really likes them.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh,
he
great.
does.
Yay! When I got him, the first person I wanted to show him to was Temp. So that's good. That's
Back
good.
to the Cowboys.
Back to the cowboy. Back to the Billy. It's still me, Billy.
Hey, that's not the
Oh,
guy
it-
shooting backwards on a horse, is it, Gray?
No, it's not that one.
I-
Oh,
you know,
Billy.
Darren, if I ever meet somebody and they say to me, "Oh, I'm a big Western comics fan," I'll know where to point them. I've
Exactly,
never,
yeah.
I have never met anybody who said that to me though.
It's
you know,
the bygone
I-
era, isn't it?
I know a lot of
Bygone era.
I know a lot of war
Oh, yeah.
fans,
Oh,
but I
right.
don't
Hang
know a
on,
lot
you
of
put that on my pile. What's
Rain-
that?
Ranger
What
Sly.
I'll put that on
Ranger
Mark's
Sly loves the
pile,
Western
definitely.
comic.
is comics?
That's a reprint. That's a reprint.
That's a reprint. Yeah.
Right.
It is a reprint, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, forget it then.
Remember when? It's even got a Joe Kubert Tarzan on the back. If you
It's in
didn't
great
think it was a
condition,
reprint,
though.
no, show it. Show the back cover, Darren. Show the look. There's a Kubert Tarzan right there, in between a Karloff Frankenstein and a serial Captain Marvel and the Shadow. Remember when?
Here's something
I'm
I
sorry,
didn't
that's
see many
hilarious
of. I
to
don't know
me.
what this is. Oh wow, this looks nice.
Kid Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Hey, if you
That-
were doing a
That
doing
looks
a
like John
Micronaut,
Wayne.
if you were doing a Micronaut porno,
Oh,
would that be
Jesus
considered
Christ.
micronaughty?
This looks like UK
Yes,
only.
it would.
Yeah, shilling.
Yeah.
Possible American, Australian actually.
UK
That,
or
that looks
Australian?
like a Lou
yeah.
Miller or a Class.
No, it's not. It says a Foresight publication.
If it's in blue ink, it's probably Australian.
London.
Foresight,
Yeah,
right.
just
Never heard of them.
Forsyth, yeah. Forsyth.
I've never seen a
Foresight.
frontispiece like
Have you
that.
ever heard
on
of them, Mark?
Oh. The art
Mark,
is
have
amazing.
you ever heard of Foresight?
Holy
No.
shit, the art.
I haven't either.
The art is incredible, Mark.
I'm looking at Foresight Press now because I'm upset.
Incredibly missing.
All I'm
It's a
getting is the
novel.
Foresight Saga.
It's like a novel. There is like one picture there.
There is no
Picto pages.
Foresight Press.
Oh, so they're not really comics.
Not a
Well,
comic.
they're called Picto pages.
Look.
There's hardly any pictos, so I don't think it's a picto
Yeah.
page.
Hey, wasn't that the Bill Cosby thing? Pick the page, no, it's
Pick the
picture
pages,
page.
pick
Sorry.
the pages.
That's a novel.
Thought you were gonna roofie me there for a second.
Somebody
Kyle.
slipped something in your purple haze there.
The Goofy Adventure Story. That's
great.
every story
What
that
number is
that's
that,
every
about
story that
980?
Kyle tells us. It's a Goofy Adventure Story.
Yeah, you're probably right, Kyle.
I think that's like 8.5 something on the
I was gonna say 8 to 9.
8.57.
Yeah. 8579302. Oh, sorry, wrong numbers.
Here's a
Jenny,
cool
I
one.
got you.
I've not seen this one before. It's it's nice.
There for a while, I
Dracula.
kind of wanted to. That's a Pines publication, isn't it?
No, that's a TMP. Thorpe and Porter.
Oh, it's TMP.
Oh, TP? That's why they have a TP there?
For a
Correct.
while, I thought about
Bill.
completing. For a
That's
while, I
correct.
thought about
You
completing
get
the
that.
Del 4 color series.
I
but
love that. That is
TP.
awesome.
Thorpe and Porter's symbol, TP, is a TP.
That one,
Oh,
Yeah.
Darren,
I love
that 118.
It's not a roll of
I've never
toilet
seen
paper,
that
then.
before.
Yeah.
I love that. That's like gold key before there was a gold key.
Yeah.
Gold,
No, it
gold
was off
teepee.
gold.
Gold teepee
So,
comic.
Darren, that 118, is that written on or is that actually the number of it?
That's written on.
I was going to say.
That's Biro.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
suspect that's probably number one of a standalone series, I would imagine. Let me just check because I know how to find out on that one quick.
I seriously
just,
contemplated completing the Del 4 color set, but with 1,300 some issues, I just gave up on it.
I just got
That's
myself a
funny.
ticket for a London Lovecraft Festival.
Oh,
One of-
nice.
one of
Guy.
the, yeah, they do it
Well-
every year. London Lovecraft Festival. It's about 3 or 4 different days, and I always just pick one of them because I can't afford all of them.
As the human
gotta see-
incantation of Cthulhu, don't you get it free?
No, you don't. No.
Right,
no,
so this is
Cthulhu doesn't have a human.
this is what Duncan McAlpine's site says this is. The publisher, according to this, is Top Sellers Limited. Obviously, it is printed by Thorpe and Porter,
Yeah,
but I
top
think there's a
sellers
difference.
were the original US people who did it. Yeah.
And this is 1962. It's a single one-off, and it reprints Dell's series Dracula #1 from October and November 1962.
Right.
LB Cole painted cover.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That's amazing.
That's kind of cherry.
Here's another
Hey,
cool
hey,
item.
put that on my pile since
Okay,
no one
okay.
else claimed it. Yeah, I love that. That's beautiful.
That's just extended that and us getting those for about 8 months now, Bill.
Yay! Hey man, I got him. At least I know.
My pile, my pile.
Right, he beat you to
Go.
it, Bill. He beat you to it.
I haven't
Oh
got that one.
man, that's
got it.
awesome. That's
Haven't
all
got it.
Ditko.
Yeah, it's all Ditko. I haven't got that one. I've
That
got.
looks like Cube at the bottom corner.
If Mark doesn't want it, I'll take it. But I
I'll
know
take it.
Mark
haven't got
back cover.
took it.
I've virtually got the full set of Weird Planets, but I haven't
Is
got
that no back cover?
No, that is the back cover.
That
Oh,
is
it
the
is.
back cover.
I know they do that sometimes.
Alan Wood print on the back cover.
If you find another one of those, I want it. But I want Mark to get his
Oh, there's
stuff.
no chance of finding another one.
No, that you won't find another one of those.
That's number 17.
Fuck you, Mark. I kid.
I thought it was. What is it, Mark?
What do you mean? What is it?
Well, what type of comic is this?
Not a reprint, is it?
Alan
Don't come-
Clark.
Exactly. Published by Alan Class.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, Mark spotted that right away. He called class right away.
I was
Jesus.
just-
Beauty. Absolute beauty. Woo.
I was thinking
Now-
about the green man there in the bottom right looked more like Joe Kubert. Oh,
That's actually.
It did. Yeah, it actually looks like Sergeant Rock.
Mark, that is
No,
in your
no, I
condition.
totally thought that, and then I realized it's a Hun.
Yeah, no, it's really nice.
It's a
I'll clean and
Hun.
press that.
It's
Right.
one of those Hun helmets.
That will clean and press very nicely.
It will, yes. It will come up really nice. I cleaned and pressed a load of the ones I got from you, and they look great.
What are you using?
yes,
what are you
no,
using to
well.
press with? Are you pressing yourself, Mark?
Yeah,
What are you using?
a press.
No. I mean, no. What brand? Do you know the brand?
Yeah, it's a t-shirt. It's a t-shirt press. It's a.
Okay. That's basically what they all are anyway. But yeah, I thought you had a brand. I have a brand that's supposed to be good, but I don't even remember what the brand is because Alex still has my freaking machine.
It works. It's fine.
Just have a wine press, Mark. You can make your own wine at the same time as pressing your comics.
No, pressing comics is easier.
That looks like a class.
Probably way easier.
My housemate made wine from the grapes that we grow in our back garden. It was really nice as well.
It's like. I put my pile. I got there first.
I'm gonna have to be quicker now because I was gonna say yes to that, but yes.
That's an Australian one.
That's an Aussie one.
Always play safe.
And that sells for good bucks.
I know.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
That's why I called it.
I'm not sure it's on your condition though, Mark. Look.
It's okay.
And it's
I get more relaxed the older they get.
That's the mighty. Oh, wow, we're in circles.
Wow. Well, we're on the love boat suddenly. Love, exciting and new. Come on, boy. We're expecting you.
Hey, chop the corners off. You just took it down a grade. You chopped the corners off.
Tales of Terror.
That's an excellent cover.
Dell. And I think that's the last of the interesting bits because then I've got this look, which is a set that I'd put aside for you, Mark, but you probably got this one.
Yeah, you can put that. Is that who's the publisher?
Flash Gordon Manga,
IDW.
Antarctic.
Oh, do you know what? That first one there is a
San Diego exclusive. San Diego exclusive.
I would
After
guess
that's probably just a normal set of something you've got.
I would guess that's Antarctic Press.
I don't think so.
No,
my guess is IDW.
Flash now.
Oh, they look nice. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll take all those. Yeah.
It is Antarctic Press. You're right, Kyle.
I don't want to juggle about with these because these are minty.
No, yeah, they're clean.
At the end of the month, Kyle, they're having their 40th birthday party here.
Freaking hell. These are
Antarctic Press. They've been around 40 years.
They're
Can you believe that, Kyle?
9/6 or better.
Kyle, can you hear me?
Yeah, they basically started manga in America.
Yep. Right here in San Antonio. Ben
The
Dunn is
only
a friend of
problem,
mine.
right, is when someone puts many copies in a single bag, the only thing that they don't realize is that if there's just a tiniest little bit of grit in between two of them, it can scratch both of them, you know.
Yeah. It should be nice if they folded them both ways as well.
There is that too.
Flat.
I've got loads of comics.
They're very nice. Let me tell you.
Loads. All my shelves are like one like 5 comics per bag or 10 comics per bag.
Yeah, but you're okay, Gray, because a little bit of grit between your comics would probably do a nice cleaning job.
Yeah, that's beneficial for most your comics.
Ones on there are all that I bought from the comic shop when they came out, so those are all in good condition, or unless there's some grit in there, in which case they're fucked up. But what can you do? If they all bagged and balled, they wouldn't fit on the shelves. They barely fit on the shelf as it is. So it's like you know, it is what it is.
And then the last one in the box.
Oh,
is that a first print?
It's a number 4.
Tell me that's a first print.
$2.25. I wouldn't have thought so.
Second edition.
Okay. Still cool, but
tell him it's the first print anyway, because
whose first appearance is that? Whose first appearance is that?
Man-eating cow.
Nope. He's on the cover.
The samurai dude.
Paul the Samurai.
Paul the Samurai.
That's his first appearance.
Yeah.
If that had been a first print, I'd have figured out a way to get that. But
You know,
I've never really read much tick, to be honest.
We sell a shitload of Flaming Carrot, but we don't sell much tick.
That's it. It's gone. It's finished. It's over.
That's it, eh? Right,
that'd be neat to own because it was a Dotson tick. But
what's that, Gray?
This time I bug it off. I made myself some dinner.
Okay. All right,
so
guys.
We're saying good night.
God, that was a lot of comic book talk.
A lot.
That was a lot of comic book talk,
folks.
Until next time, folks. Keep it geeky.
Yee!
Hey, wait, can we get a fart on this one? If we don't get a fart on, I want elephant farts on here.